these videos, right, of these men who's apparently getting their passports and they're leaving. They going elsewhere to find their wives because they can't put up with us. I'm just wondering who the hell asked them? Did we ask them? Why do they feel the need to announce their departure? We don't want to know. We don't care. In fact, we're happy for you. We'll help you pack. If you're doing that, it screams cowardly to me. But trust me, this is not an L for us. This is a W. Nobody's targeting men. Nobody's targeting black men. We're targeting misogynists. And women are finally fed up and holding men accountable.
Most of the women who passport men would never be attracted to are the ones making videos.
Talk about this little passport situation that everybody on this little clock app is feeling a little triggered by. If you can't find her here, go wherever you need to go to find her, because I ain't got a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. It doesn't trigger me. You should start with Asia. I hear Asian women are kind of, then again, I'm a little biased. I don't have a problem with it at all, because you know what? It is kind of rough out here in these American streets. Yes, I am a very modern woman. I like nice things. I am a go-getter. I like to hustle and I like to make money. But I have a very traditional mindset, and that's because of how I was raised. I was raised to be feminine. I was raised to be a wife. I was raised to be a mother, and I was raised to be submissive. And I am okay with being submissive, but I'm submissive to my emperor because I am an empress. See, I don't have a problem with that. If he's going to lead me, I'm going to let him lead, and I will follow him. Because I'm not going to let him fall. I'm not going to let him trip. That's the kind of woman I am. So I don't have no issues with the men going overseas to get that, because that's the kind of woman that we need to be.
Welcome to the CWC podcast. Welcome back. Thank you very much for joining us again. Another week, another show. We appreciate you very much. We're at 112 subscribers. By the way, let's give a cheer to all of our subscribers out there. We appreciate you very much. We're up to 112. Hey, we'll take it. We'll nickel and dime. Hey, I'll take 2, 3, 4, 5 a week. I'll take it any way I can get it. So we appreciate you guys. Shout out Street Fighter 2 for my geeks out there. Y'all know the old school. Come on, y'all know. Leave in the comments. Y'all know. Come on. Anyway, today's show. What is it? Who are the Passport Bros? Has anyone heard of the Passport Bros? Because I only heard about them about 2 weeks ago when I was doing research for shows. I came across this movement. There's an online movement called the Passport Bros. And it's a group of black men, specifically black men, who have decided they're going to look for love overseas. They're not going to date American women anymore, specifically American black women, but just American women in general are kind of like lumped in. They've decided that, these guys want to find wives. They want to find, significant others. They're going overseas to places like Brazil, Thailand, Ukraine, some other. We have a couple of sites I'll share with you where it shows what the most popular destinations where the Passport Bros are going. And this came up actually last week when I was at the barbershop. A gentleman kept saying to the crowd that was in there, we're all in there talking, laughing, cutting up, and he just kept saying, "Hey, you better get your passport. Hey, you better get your passport." And he was the one who actually told me. He's like, "Oh yeah, hey, check out the Passport Bros." And I'm like, "Okay, let me take a look." And I had heard the name before, but I said, "Let me do some digging on this."
White men have been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah. Okay. See,
they've been going to Thailand for a long time.
I'm sure they have. That's so now it's kind of morphed into where it's actually a competing movement now, because you have women on TikTok. And then you have the Passport Bros, and they're just going back and forth with videos. It's hilarious. It's actually hilarious. I got caught up watching like several of them where they're just going back and forth because, the Passport Bros are saying, "Hey, we're going overseas because here are the reasons."
What are the reasons? What's the problem?
The problem is they are tired of the combative nature of American women. They feel like there's too much. Women are becoming more and more masculine. Modern women, they're becoming more masculine, more domineering.
Are they bossy?
More bossy. Hey, you guys, you ladies know what I'm talking about. Everybody wants to be a boss babe now, right? So this is what. So
it's in the title.
So this is the repercussions of it. You want to run the show. You want to lead and have us following and things like that. Okay, so now it changes the whole dynamic, and none of it's natural either. None of this is natural in the natural order of a man-female relationship. It's not natural.
The partnership.
Yeah. So that's why we're coming at this impasse.
It's out of balance.
It's out of balance. And I feel like it's getting, from what I've seen, I mean, some of the stuff I was seeing, I couldn't believe it. I was just like, this is hilarious what's going on, because this is all new to me. But I understand kind of both sides of the argument. But the question is, okay, why are men going overseas for love?
Yeah.
I remember we said on some of the earlier shows, there are a lot of men who, they really want to get married. They really want to have families. Like, they don't just want to keep running out here dating different women and messing around and playing the field and doing all of this. Like, some men want to, they want to settle down, find a wife. They want to have a household and kids and the dog in the yard and a white picket fence.
Are these the men that are being overlooked?
Yes. Yeah. So, okay. The reason she brought that up is, we've already talked about this on several shows, but only about 25% of men are actually sexually active in the marketplace today. So that leaves, 75% of men who are on dating apps who are literally getting no action. Is that the same 20% that's the tallest men and the men making the most money? Is that the same percentage of guys? Yes. So the same percentage of guys she's talking about is, we've talked about, the women always say, I want a man over 6 feet tall. Mm-hmm. I prefer a man that makes six figures. Mm-hmm. Right? The 666. I remember. So now the 666. So now you're already into like the top 8% of men already. But women don't understand this yet. They think that there's like this just overwhelmingly flow of 6'6" tall inch men that are walking around that are single. Right. So they're all chasing the same group of men, like you said. And then now you have this pack of men, 70% or more, that are being overlooked. Yeah. And the ones that they are dating are mean. Yeah, well, it's hard to get along. Like, because I don't know if it's just there's so much distrust out there in the system right now between the two sexes, but it's just that no one trusts anybody. And now what men have decided to say, specifically this black men movement, we are going to go overseas and try our luck over there. And what's happening is they're having much better results, much better results. They're meeting women who are submissive. They're meeting women who are very feminine. Mm-hmm. They're meeting women who have been raised to take care of a husband. They took more than a home ec class, which is something we don't even offer anymore. Right. I mean, it's so I know what the feminists right now, who if there are any feminists watching this, I know that they're thinking, well, see, that was the whole problem. We ain't gonna take care of no house. We ain't gonna cook. We ain't gonna clean. We ain't gonna do all of that. We're not doing all this. We're gonna work just like you and be just like you. Well, then, babe, it ain't gonna work. Yeah. Like, this is not what men want. Now, listen, if you're not looking to get married or find a husband, right? Women, keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing exactly what you're doing. And you're not going to get married to the man that you want. Now, if you can say, there's a lady right now. I can get married right now. Show me the guy. Show me the guy. It's not going to be the guy that you want, right? Because at the end of the day, the women they have these lofty expectations for this guy that they want, right? Mm-hmm. You're not going to get him behaving the way that you're behaving. Okay. So pick your poison. Do you want to be the boss, babe? Fine. Right. Fine. Choose your lane. Yeah. Choose your lane. No one's saying you can't do this, but if you want to be the boss, babe, you're going to have to get the guy that's going to walk behind you. He's not going to say anything. He's the one that can't make a decision. And then you're going to be frustrated with him, and then you're going to cheat on him with a bad boy anyway. You see, isn't that the cycle, ladies? Isn't that how it works? Like you go ahead and settle for the Bobby Beta Bucks guy, because by this time he's the guy who's not going to challenge you, not going to stand up to you, not going to say anything to you. He's just going to walk behind you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. And then that's not the guy that you want. You don't really respect him. He's not your choice. Right. But he's somebody that you've settled for. Yeah. And now you can share bills. So you get it. Yeah. Okay. So that's the premise of today's conversation. Now I did write down some bullet points here, and then I'm going to share with you what are the destinations that these guys are going to find these wives. So And actually, there's a hashtag, and I'll leave in the comments section or in the description box. There's a hashtag called SYSBM. It actually stands for Save Yourself Black Men. Pull it up online. Go right now. Go to any platform. Go to TikTok. Go to YouTube. Go to any online popular platform. Type in this hashtag, and you're going to see a whole bunch of men that are promoting this message.
Okay, so this is a Black man movement. So what are Black men saying about Black women, American women? What is this definition of submissive that they are looking for?
So what is submissive? Let me ask you as a woman, what does submissive mean to you? Because it seems
there's levels.
So what does that mean? Like if a guy would say, I would prefer you to be submissive, what do you think he's talking about?
Well, to me, I would hope that he means, I would like for you to be agreeable. Let's not be combative. Let's not argue. To me, that's my limit. Now, I mean, I would like to have an opinion. I would like to share and weigh in on decisions. Okay. If you can still have all of that. He just doesn't want anybody to argue with. He wants peace at home.
Yeah.
Right?
It doesn't mean you have to go along with everything that he says. Okay. Like if you have as a matter of fact, in the clip that you saw, one of the clips you saw in the beginning, the young lady actually says, like, she explains exactly what we're talking about. Like that's why I use that particular clip. In a short clip, she explained it's not that. How many times have I told you that, ladies, you're wildly overcomplicating men? Wildly. Like you are really, really overcomplicating what makes us tick as men. You're adding all these variables and all these things. We're not that complex.
I don't think so.
Why do y'all keep doing this? It doesn't make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense. So the lady explained in the clip. But she mentioned she was raised to understand. She said, he's my emperor, I'm his empress, right? Mm-hmm. So yes, you are allowing him to lead because you trust him. Otherwise, why would you be in a relationship with him? Does that make any sense?
That's the thing. You just said it, because she trusts him. A lot of women, we don't trust your opinion.
So why are you with him?
Or your decision.
So exactly. That's the problem.
Exactly.
That's the problem. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. I said it 2 or 3 episodes ago. It's not that women's standards are too high. You see? It's that they're too low at the end of the day, because you've settled for this guy who you don't trust. Yeah. You're literally just with him so that you're not alone. Am I wrong, ladies? Tell me I'm wrong.
Or forcing something, trying to make it work. You don't want to look like a failure. Maybe you don't want to look like a failure. Oh, another relationship failed. She just can't seem to. Right. She just can't seem to get it together.
Now, is this because what my sister keeps telling me? And ladies, I want to hear from you in the comments on this, because maybe I'm delusional on this point. She keeps telling me there's no men out there like this. Like she's telling me that there aren't any men out here, right? Is this true?
No. Well, okay. This is what I think. If 25% of the men are 6 foot tall, 6 figures, and all of those things, and everyone's chasing those, and then we have this 75%. So let's take this 75% pie. Then that pie, half of them are gay or confused or transitioning or something, or let's say a third, not even half. Let's say, okay. So we'll leave a bigger chunk of that. So take those out of the equation. Then you have some that just is not your type. He's not going to be the person that you're going to choose anyway. It dwindles down. The percentage keeps dwindling. And then now you have this percentage. What's the percentage of people going overseas to now, since it's a new movement, now you've lost that chunk, that percentage of men. So it just keeps dwindling. Now you have that pool of men that you didn't want anyways. Maybe they're the short guys. Maybe they're sorry guys. But it's true. Maybe this is the short guys, the guys that was your friends with benefits, or your friend zones. Like it's the friend zone guys. It's okay. So what are we choosing from here? And then they're getting bad advice online by not holding doors open for people and asking for their 50 cents at the end of lunch, because they will not pay more than half. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. So it's tough out there.
It's
for
a lot
of
confusion in the marketplace. There's a lot of, because like I said, men, we've already said we don't know what to do. We have no idea what to do anymore. I've been telling you that. I've talked to guys. Guys are very frustrated. There's guys who they've gone on dates with ladies and they thought that things went well, and then all of a sudden the girl just ghosts them all of a sudden, and they cannot figure it out. He's like, man, what happened?
Yeah, he has no notes to use for the next one.
Yeah, he has. He at that point he's like, I thought it was going good. Like what changed?
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. Like I said, I know access to excess. We talked about that. We talked about shiny object syndrome and all of these things. The woman always thinks that she can do better because women do have more options. Women do have way more people hitting them up in the dating apps. They do have way more people in their DMs. They do have way more people texting them. Men, most average men don't have anybody hitting them up for the most part. Like literally nobody, because everybody's hitting up the Chads and Tyrones. So the average guy is like, okay, man, I'm just screwed. Oh, hold on. Let me go overseas because my buddy Craig that went over there found his future wife in Brazil and he's happier ever after now, right? So then what happens is then you have the American women who, for whatever reason, have a problem with this and they're angry about it. You saw the lady in the clip in the beginning. She's very frustrated about it. I mean, but ladies, here's the thing. If you actually are looking for a husband, this is not the way to do it. Does that make sense?
Well, Mom always said you catch more flies with honey, something like that. Yeah.
So now that we kind of know what the passport bros are and what their objective is, right? Is to find a wife, submissive wife that they're attracted to, all those things, right?
Okay.
They are, one thing I read was they're tired of being ridiculed at every turn. Like men feel like no matter what they do, they get backlash, they get ridiculed, they get some kind of complaint from the American lady.
Or they're being made fun of. Like,
yes.
You simply asked somebody how their day went.
Right.
And she didn't answer.
Yeah. Explain that.
I honestly don't know the problem with that. And then you asked some other friends, some female friends, and they said, well, that's where you went wrong. Yeah. You asked her how her day was. And I was like, I'm confused by that. I don't get that.
And guys, listen, on that particular example is that like, because I'm new out here too. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing because I don't know what the modern lingo and terminology that you're supposed to use now to get the girl to say, oh, look, he used the right terminology. It's like a freaking puzzle. Like, this is a zodiac. Like, what are y'all doing here? Like, why is it so complicated? Like, it used to be very simple. You like the girl, you talk to the girl, you ask her out, you go out or you don't.
Yeah.
Now there's all these games and all this manipulation and let me wait 3 days to text him back and all of these things. And then you end up finding out, oh, she didn't like that you asked her how her day was. Okay. All right. So you see how that's very confusing? And it's very frustrating. And guys are just tired of it.
I couldn't answer for you because I didn't understand it.
I had two other ladies say, well, yeah, that's kind of where they don't want to hear that. Like, I'm like, okay. All right.
Did she tell you what you're supposed to say?
No. Yeah. All she said was that I should have just introduced myself and that was it.
Okay.
And then if I did that, then they'd say, but you didn't ask her how her day was, right? Like, this is what I'm saying.
You can't win for losing.
You cannot win. Now, I know what the issue was with that particular instance. I mean, it had nothing to do with what I left in the chat. I know what the problem was. I didn't have boats and cars in my profile. I get it. That's fine too.
You ain't got no tan either.
That's fine too. Yeah, I would say, I was too light skinned for this one. That was cool though. Listen, I had no problem with that. Everybody has their speed, but hey, I know my skin complexion wouldn't have mattered if I had a boat. Just saying. Anyway, shiny object syndrome. We know what's up with that.
We get a tan out there on that boat.
Yeah, we get a tan on the boat, babe. Me and you, we can make it, baby.
Yeah.
So now there's some derogatory terms that American black women are using specifically. If you go to TikTok, you'll see it. They call these guys dusty, ashy, and broke. Those are the three derogatory terms that they use. They always say, we don't want y'all dusty butts anyway. Y'all ashy anyway. Y'all ain't no money. Y'all broke. So these men are getting called this over and over and over again. It stings. It hurts. Now, the biggest argument towards the women that I've listened to on TikTok that have a problem with this is what they feel is that, oh, you guys just want sex slaves. You just want basically a prop. Like, you just want a woman that you can bring home. She looks the part. She looks like what you want. And you just want to be able to have her cook your dinner, be ready for you when it's time to go in the bedroom and all of those things. So they're looking at it like, you just want a sex slave. You just want somebody that's just gonna.
So what's up with that? Like, what's so different than, like, I sent you a TikTok where a guy was basically talking about how he was making fun of women that, you know, straight men only are interested in women for us to be a maid, to take care of them, and to have a warm body and something to get warm inside of at the end of the night. Like, they don't like you women. You are drama filled. You are naggers. You are complainers. You are blah, blah, blah. I mean, he just went on and on. He goes, but if it wasn't for the fact that you cook and clean and he likes your physique, then men would be with men.
Well, so take that same guy's point, and now you can go over to one of these other countries, which I'm about to read to you. I'm actually going to share this article briefly on the screen because it plays into the next point. So where are these guys going to get their women? So you should be seeing on the screen this article we have pulled up. This is from a site called gobrides.net, which looks like it's a place where, so gentlemen, if you are looking for a wife, here's the 10 countries that love American men. How about that? Hey, all the men who are listening now are like, hey, turn that up, man.
Why'd you wait so long?
Yo, zoom in on that. So these are the main sites. Number one was Ukraine, which I find to be interesting. Isn't Ukraine in the news for a lot of things right now, including the war going on over there?
She's beautiful.
And hey, and you have a Ukrainian friend who's also beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
She's drop dead gorgeous, and she's super nice. Yeah, super, super nice. Tony, if you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. How many times have I told you about the Ukrainian girl? Super nice. She, like, it doesn't match. Like, she's so pretty that you expect her to be like this, you know, like your typical Miami chick. You expect her to be, who you ain't talking to me. You ain't got enough clout to talk to me.
Very sweet. Girl.
She's super, super sweet, super kind. So right there, I was sitting there like, I'm falling in love with her already. You know, and it was only like 10 minutes. I was over there. That's what I was looking like. My sister was up there. You okay? You okay? You okay? I couldn't see anything. Put it that way. So that's Ukraine, number one. Number two, Japan. Very interesting. I wouldn't have guessed.
Japanese?
Yeah. See a young lady there, Japan. See?
Beautiful.
As we scroll down, Mexico. Okay. Mexico. Hey.
Yeah.
That's number three. Philippines. We talked about the Philippines, right?
She told you exactly what they'll do. They'll do everything.
Yeah.
So you need a carpenter?
Yeah. The Filipino girl said, we'll figure it out. What you need me to help you with, baby?
Yeah.
I got you. Help you. I got you. They'll help you out. So that's Philippines. Poland was very interesting. That one I wouldn't have guessed. But Poland was number 5. Mm-hmm. Thailand, number 6. Well, we know about Thailand.
Always on the list.
Be careful if y'all dudes are going to Thailand, though. Be very careful.
You've seen Hangover 2.
Exactly. Y'all seen Kimmy on Hangover 2. Okay. Be careful. China was number 7. Australia was number 8.
Okay.
Brazil, which everybody kind of, there's some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women from Brazil. We already know that. And then Korea was number 10.
Okay.
So those are the 10 places where the passport bros are going to find significant others and wives. Hey.
It's happening.
It's happening. Like it's happening. Now, again, you can feel whichever way you want to feel. I personally, like you said earlier, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to be upset or angry with you or mad at you because you're doing if ladies,
like, I'm not mad about it. I wouldn't. I don't have to go and go online and call them dusty, musty,
right,
rusty.
We don't want y'all anyway.
Get out. You're not the one I want anyway. No, I don't have to do all that. Like, do whatever you want.
But you're not looking to get married.
No.
See, a lot of these women are looking to get married, and they're frustrated too because what they're saying is, well, we're trying to find a husband as well, but babe, you guys are going about it the wrong way. Guys we don't have the energy to deal with the combativeness. I said it in probably the first that I did. Like, we don't need to have you hindering us at every turn.
You know what the problem is? We're under the influence of a lot of programming. I think that's everywhere now because of obviously technology is huge, but the American program seems to be negative.
Yes.
It just seems to be negative.
Turn off the mainstream news.
The mainstream news, a lot of some of the people that you're getting wrong direction on some of the social media platforms that are telling you to be a certain way. Why don't you just be who you are and see if that works instead of following a playbook that maybe isn't even your personality, and you're running good people off, or you're becoming somebody that people don't like.
That's a great point. I think we need to simplify things. So here's the thing I told you before. I see a lot of sites. I mean, you can go out here if you want to hear people complain. I mean, you can go to TikTok, you can go to YouTube, you can go to any of these platforms and hear people complain about the problem. But how do we fix the problem? That's kind of what I want to focus on, is not just harping on the problem, but how do we fix the problem? And I think what's happening is I think we just need to simplify things. I think the problem is that everybody has an expectation now, especially if you're in social media. And let's be honest, ladies, you guys are very influenceable. I mean, very, very influenceable. So, you guys fall into these movements and then you realize, oh, that's not in my best interest. I've already seen videos from young ladies who were reformed feminists. They got sucked into that feminist movement when they went to college. And then they realized how much it damaged their life after that. And now they're like, I'm free from feminism. I don't know what I was thinking. It's almost like a spell that comes over you because...
And women are easier to influence because of our emotional level.
Absolutely.
We emotionally become tied or attached to a subject or a movement or something that we feel that in that moment we believe in. And then if you have, because our beliefs change all the time, right? And then if you have friends that, because we want to be a part of a group, and then if our friends are a part of it, and that now we feel a part of something. And was it you to begin with?
Good question. Good question.
And now you're kind of running out of time.
And like I said, if you're not looking to get married, that's why you're not worried about it. It has no bearing on you because she's not looking for a husband. I'm not looking for a wife. Yeah. If I was, now I know the countries to go to, right, fellas? I have a pick. There's 10 of them there, right? I could just pick one. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Well, you already know if I was looking to get married, it definitely wouldn't be here. But that's we'll say that for another show. So listen, you tell us how do we move forward? How do we fix the problem? How do we help people find matches? Because I just think, it's just, man, the waters are polluted. There's too much influence that you got, there's channels that I can see why the young fellas are acting the way that they are towards women now, because the young guys are very influenced. I mean, these are young kids, right? So if you're telling them,
very emotional too. It's the emotion levels. They're coming up. They're new. Maybe they got their heart crushed by a girl. Yeah. They found a new movement on YouTube. It resonates with them at the time because they're feeling their hurt. Yeah. And now they've turned heel, as you would say. Yeah. They turn heel. And they're not the same guy that they were before the breakup. I feel like too, a lot of times men are more hurt by the breakup in the way that when they go into the next relationship, they hold on to that and they don't give the new person a clean slate.
Yeah. Because it's the investment.
I think we give you guys a clean slate more often. It takes more breakups for us to build a wall, but sometimes it just takes one for a guy and he is never the same.
Are you talking about me? She's looking at me like some guys never the same.
They changed completely.
She could be talking about me. I don't know.
Become a completely different person.
Yeah, it's probably me. But no, you're right. Like, because it's the investment level, right? Like it's the level of investment that you put into this person. Yeah. And then when this person just literally just completely takes advantage of that and then crushes you and breaks you on top of it, you're like, okay, I'm done. It only takes that's correct. It only takes one time, like for a lot of guys, and then we'll be like, I will never love again.
And if she puts the icing on the cake and goes out with your friend right behind it. Yeah.
I've seen stranger things. Mm-hmm. So, this is a good discussion, guys. I mean, let us know. Like I said, this is something that I think it's part and parcel as we've been doing the sagas on. There's all these topics are connected, right? Modern dating, feminism, passport bros, women, the boss babe movement,
It's basically the dating pool. How much pee is in it?
Yeah. And you showed me the clip. I mean, these, ladies, if you guys were so happy, like none of these conversations would be going on. But when we look at on TikTok, I mean, you showed me the one that the lady that had the 2 bad relationships. I mean, there's ladies. You're way on TikTok way more than we are as men, right? You guys are doing an awful lot of complaining.
Yeah.
So then, what's the solution? Are you willing to change, or no? Are you still going to just be in your way, and I'm going to be how I'm going to be, and I don't care? Fine. Then you don't get the man.
I think a lot of things aren't working. I think the women are influenced by everything, and they're the programs all around them, and then so are the guys, and they've turned heel. They're not nice in this way. So it's both. It's really,
We're afraid. I'll be honest. We're afraid to be nice to you guys. I'll be honest. We're afraid to be nice. We're afraid because we keep hearing. I mean, just go right now. Go right now and do the research. All the chicks, they're laughing at the nice guys. Oh, he's too nice. Oh, he's too nice. Oh, he's a pusher. Oh, so you're asking us to not be nice anymore, right? Okay, fine.
They've taken this simp term out of its overcorrection. To me, it's out of context, but we're going to do a whole.
There's a simp show coming up. Because what is simping, right? We don't, at this point, what is the definition? Because now, simp now almost means if you do anything nice for a woman, you're a simp.
Anything. Overcorrection. And
if you do anything nice whatsoever, unless it's your wife.
The emotional level of these young guys, they're emotionful. So when they hear this information, they go all the way with it. And they take it too far.
I agree. And I think that we have to stop the bleeding because it's get bad. So, hey, you let us know, ladies, gentlemen, in the comments. Let us know. Once again, be sure to check us out on Anchor. We've got our Audible the downloads going on over there. Check us out. We'll leave in the description box. Let us know what you think about the topic, and if this is something that we need to revisit later.
Would you go overseas? Would you go get a wife over there? What do you guys think?
Yeah. Would you go
consider it?
I mean, hey, I bet you now. Hey, you guys want the link to that site now? Hey, man, send that link though. Because listen, there are a lot of. That's what you have to understand. There are a lot of men. I have friends right now that they would love, and these are good. These are guys that make 6 figures. These are guys who are high value men. Mm-hmm. These are guys that have things going on. They would love to find a wife. They can't. Every time.
Ladies, what do you think about this? Submissive term. They want more. They're just tired of arguing. I think.
More femininity, more submissive.
Yeah.
Be agreeable. Let us take care of you. I swear for the life of me, I cannot figure out where that changed. I'm old. Okay. I'm old school. I'm a classic man. Say that on every show. I'm a classic man. I was raised to take care of my woman. I know that doesn't make any sense. I don't
know what's wrong with that. I'm still confused by what's happening.
It doesn't make any sense. Because when I was telling people that, they was looking, that's where you went wrong right there. Because you should have been doing all of that. I was like, okay, Hassan, you don't know what you're doing. Hassan, just get out of the game. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing, Hassan. They're telling you that you cannot be nice to these women. You cannot do this. You cannot take care of them. You cannot be that. Don't open the door, Hassan. But that's where you messed up. You shouldn't have said this. Don't do that. Don't open the door.
No, you know what? No. I say, be who you are, because
that's why I'm not in the game.
Be yourself.
That's why I'm not in the game. Because me being myself means being chivalrous and doing all of these things.
I think you should still be
which I have been told. Stop.
I think
Fine.
You should. Well, if you go ahead and take bad advice too.
Fine. No, I'm just out of the game. No, I'm just not participating. That's all. Like, I'm just out because I'm like, okay, I'll stay out until the water gets warmer or something because I don't understand it. So, yeah, this is not attributed to myself personally because I have a different method for dating, but that's for a different show.
We'll talk about that another time.
That's a different show. By the way, we got some follow-up shows coming before we wrap up. We got follow-ups coming. Of course, the modern dating saga is going to be a big one. So we've got more follow-ups coming. So,
that is always to be continued.
Ayana will be coming back. My daughter Ayana was a hit when she came on. There's people asking for her to come back. She'll be coming back within the next couple of weeks. Ayana, so there's people. Ayana's smiling as we're cheering for her. So she'll be back in the next couple of weeks. We're going to follow up on that, and we got And we're having fun here on the podcast. Like I said, we're going to continue to cover topics. We're going to continue to come back every single week. We cannot stop. We don't know how to stop. Except we're going to stop now. We're up against the time. Anything you want to say?
No, I learned a lot. Thank you.
Perfect. Once again, like and subscribe to the channel on your way out. Leave a like, dislike, comment, something that we love the comments. We love the engagement. It gives us a chance to.
Thanks,
there's been some really good ones left on the last few videos, guys. We appreciate it. The more, the merrier. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up. We'll see you next time. We're out.